Well, the vacation aftermath is officially here. It is week 7 weigh-in. Time to pay the price here. So, week 7 weigh-in, how did it go? I'll insert that little thing right here. 3 pounds gained from last Monday, the 27th. You can see here on the 27th, I was like 242 point something. Now I'm 245.6, I believe it is. That is a 3 pound weight gain. Now, given the vacation, right? Given the vacation, we had a beach day. I ate tacos. I had fried chicken. I had 3 cooked chocolate chip cookies. Oh, they were so delish. I had soup in a bread bowl. I ate some things at Disneyland and on this trip. And so, honestly, it could have been a lot worse. Now, this actually 3 pounds up is 5 pounds off of my lowest. At one point, I had this weird day where it dipped down to 240 point something, and now I'm 245.6. So I'm actually, you can look at that as 5 pounds up, but I don't know if that 240 was a real number or just kind of one of those magical dips one morning. But anyway, I'm going to stick with 3 pounds over last Monday, which is the official one. Now, today is Wednesday, May the 6th. So because I was out of town, I wasn't here on Monday to weigh in. So I'm going to take that. And then I am going to weigh in next week. So we are into week 8 already. Technically, week 8 started Monday, even if I'm weighing in on a Wednesday. So we're just going to weigh in next Monday at the end of week 8 and see where we're at. So today's video is from vacation to omelets. Let's talk about it. Now, before we get going, you can see I'm in my car. You probably can't tell right there, but if you look out there to that window, it is windy. It is ticking me off so much. Like, I want to go walk and film out on my beautiful trail. And I can go walk. That's not a problem. I don't care about the wind. It is getting hot. But I can go walk. But I cannot film in this wind. So I'm sitting in my car. I'm going to do part of the video here. And I'm going to do part at home while I make a little dinner. And, there's always an obstacle, right? You try and do things right. I went on vacation, I had a plan and got off that plan a little bit more than I wanted to. Now I'm paying the price, 3 pounds up. I don't feel bad about it. The point of this video is not to beat myself up. The point of the video is to say, hey, you can get off track and you can get right back on track. So just to give you a little bit of an update the I am in an intermittent fasted state. I've not eaten since dinner last night when I got home from traveling. There's always a trial. There's always a challenge. So today was supposed to be a ribeye. It was going to be from vacation to ribeyes. Then I got home and realized I don't have any coal for my barbecue. So, ribeye is going to be tomorrow night. Maybe I'll film me cooking some ribeyes tomorrow. I don't know. Tonight, it's going to be omelets. So we're just going to go home. I'm going to have 5 or 6 egg omelet and, call it good. It'll probably just be a cheese omelet too. Just keep it really simple and hopefully filling. So, but isn't this the way that it goes? And this is kind of my point today. There's always something, right? There's always something. There's always something to get in the way. There's always a next trial, a next thing. The key is, and a lot of you guys have said this every single day, the key is to show up, right? It's not easy. Life isn't easy. If you think life is easy, then congratulations. Everywhere I look, people are pretty much like me. You can have all the money in the world and you see people that are miserable and lonely. You can not have any money in the world and you can be happy, but you struggle financially. You could be totally fit and be a prick and not have any friends. You can be totally fat and be funny and everyone likes you, but you're not physically able to do things that you really want to do. So there's always something, right? There's always a challenge. Every single one of us has a challenge, that we are overcoming. And even something like running out of coal or being too windy to film, because the limited microphone technology that I have, right? There's always just something to overcome every single day. So the key is that you show up for yourself, you show up for whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, and you take that next step towards hitting your goal. Because it's not about eating the elephant all at once, you know? The old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, you know? I'm not going to lose 110 pounds overnight. And I get some people that comment, let me talk about this thing real quick. I'm going to drive home and start making some omelet. But I get people in the comments that are like, you know, why don't you do this? And you need to do that. And you need to, you know, you know, like, you can't go on vacation. You can't ever have a free meal. And you can't do it this way. And you can't do it that way. You know what? You know what the beauty of not trying to be a fitness influencer is, or not trying to be any kind of expert in a diet or something? I don't give a crap. I can do it my way. You can do it your way. I'm not on a timeline. I've been in an 18-week challenge before. I won the 18-week challenge. You know, do you understand that when I did that, I won $10,000 cash. I won $10,000 for charity. And I won an amazing trip to Hawaii. I had a product sponsorship and was drinking their protein shakes 3 times a day. I was so strict and so dialed in. I've done that. Okay. It wasn't all it cracked up to be. And I found the lifestyle of, you know, constantly meal prepping and trying to eat 6 times a day and stuff just wasn't sustainable long term. And I got off track and gained the weight back. But, you know, I've done it strict. I've done carnivore before and been like, oh, you know, I can't even look at an avocado. That would be not carnivore, you know. And I've done keto and been super clean keto and been like, I can't ever look at a almond flour muffin. That would be cheating, you know. And I've even tried whole food plant-based and been essentially just realized I was vegan. I was just eating raw food, like raw, you know, raw vegetables, uncooked everything. I even sprouted like my own. I sprouted almonds. I did sprouts. Like, man, there's not one way. So for all those who are being dogmatic, I just want to tell you, there's not one way. And if you're just losing weight, like I said, we're not arguing about sustainability. We're not arguing about what's for optimal cellular health or something like that. We're talking about fat lards, okay? People that are in their mid-50s, 40 to 70 years old, middle-aged people who are just trying to lose weight. Guess what? The best thing you could do for your health right now is lose 50 pounds. You lose 50 pounds, I don't give a crap how you do it. You can take Ozempic. You can do any. If you lose 50 pounds, all of your health biomarkers become better. And if you have 100 pounds to lose, if I hit my goal, which I'm going to, I get down to 160, 155 pounds from 289 at my high, 261 starting this little challenge that I've given myself. But at my very, very heaviest, 289, if I lose that weight, do you understand? I won't be worried about my type 2 diabetes or about blood pressure or about the you know, fatty enzymes in my liver, my pancreas, or anything like that. Do you understand? Everything improves. Then we can have a conversation about what might be optimal. But for all of us who are in this middle ground where we're just trying to lose weight, just lose 20 pounds, lose 50 pounds, lose 100 pounds, do Weight Watchers for all I care. Whatever it is you're doing, it's going to work if you stick with it. Later on, we can have the conversation about what's sustainable. And, you know, I've been saying this since day one of picking up a camera. The best weight loss diet or program you can be on is the one that you will stick with. It's not the one that your neighbor will stick with or one that the person at work sticks with, because that may be they may have the capability to just, you know, eat an arugula salad and munch on an eggplant or something. That's not me. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I'm not really happy if I'm just eating a ribeye every single day. It's simple, but I start to crave other things. So I'm doing what I'm doing right now to be sustainable so I can get down to that 100, 110 pound weight loss. And then you'll probably see me adjust, and I'll probably do something a little bit different. Then we'll talk about that then, but we're not there. We're right in the middle. We just ended week 7, 3 pounds up. So we're recovering from vacation. So let's talk about that as I go home. I'm going to drive home, then I'll pick the camera back up. Okay, sorry for that little rant. I just came home. My house is a disaster. My son was here the whole time we were on vacation. He did not do a great job cleaning. So if you see something in the background, do not tell my wife that you saw this. Because Candace, she's like, don't you show someone our messy house. Anyway, I'm going to make an omelet and we're going to do this thing. So let's get after it. Yes, that was my Christmas tree. It's still up. Shut up. I'm gonna do about 6 eggs. 6 eggs. I'm gonna beat them. Yeah. I put a little salt and a little pepper, and now I'm putting in some of this green Tabasco. I'm gonna, put some of it in there because it's fat-free. I like it. Do it. All right, I turned on the stove, and now I'm just gonna add some butter. Now, let's be honest about one thing here. When I say omelet, what I probably mean is scrambled eggs. Because if you've ever seen me cook, I'm more of a barbecue guy, not really a, cook. Yes, that is my Christmas treat. Ugh. You want to see? Do you want to see while that's cooking? I'll show you. Again, don't tell my wife I showed this to you. This is a 1994 Dutchman pop-up camper. It looks nothing like a 1994 Dutchman pop-up camper. Because, you see how I have no room to move in here. This garage is packed with stuff. So back where the Christmas trees go are boxes that I have to get through. Because we've been remodeling that pop-up camper and it is gonna be freaking sweet. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna do a little remodel video, but right now I gotta get back to these eggs. Okay, if this doesn't flip, it's scrambled eggs. Ready? I doubt. Oh man, hold on. Oh boy, I'm scared. Oh, not horrible. All right, got a crap ton of cheese in there. I'm gonna try and fold it over. I'm not sure if I can. See, I failed on the fold. Now it's just a pile of eggs and cheese. So that's what we'll go with, eggs and cheese. All right, it's a pile of eggs and cheese. So I think the main point of the video as I eat my eggs, it wasn't really to rant about the diet and all that stuff, which I think the key is that you can do it however you want. I'm here to support anybody who's trying to make positive change in their life, and that's what I'm asking for you in return. I think there are millions of people. I don't think we're going to reach millions of people here on this channel, but I think there are millions of people worldwide, globally, that are in the same exact boat as you and I. I mean, how many millions of people are just in Gen X alone, yet a little bit, you got some boomers a little bit older and millennials a little younger who are in the same boat. Life happened, they let themselves go. It doesn't really matter why you're trying to make positive change. The key that you're trying to make positive change is what matters. And I think that, what we're trying to do here is just support and encourage one another so we can become our best selves. And there's not really a right or a wrong way. Like I said, arguments can be made what's optimal, blah, blah, blah. But what's right for you is what works for you as an individual. And I think as long as you're building your self-esteem, as long as you're starting to let go of trauma from the past, as long as you're trying to maybe better your fitness, better your health, lose weight, again, what matters is that you lose 100 pounds or 50 pounds or 20 pounds, because automatically you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. Your self-esteem is going to come up. When you set a goal and you start being productive about those things, the world around you starts to change. People around you start to change. The people that were once crabs in a bucket are now saying, hey, what are you doing? How can I do that too? And that's a rewarding feeling. cheese pull. People watch this kind of video. Maybe I should just do that. I'm gonna ask a favor. I would like to support more people. I'd like to see more people making a positive change in their life. If I've had any kind of influence on you at all, if you've wanted to kind of play along here and better yourself along the journey, share the video. Give it to someone that you think might be like, hey, that's me too. We're just average people, but we're trying to do something extraordinary. Trying to really change our lives for the better. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate a little debate in the comments, but I appreciate the love and support. And I just wanted to make this video. I wanted to show you what I'm eating. I am going on a walk after dinner. Probably be a good 40 minute walk. I just want to show you that you can go on vacation, you can come back, and you can just pick up right where you left off. Those 3 pounds I gained, water weight. It's gonna come back off. May take me a few days, may take me a couple of weeks, I don't know, but it's gonna come off. And I am going to hit my goal. And I know you can do it too. So again, thank you for everything. And oh, big announcement. Live streams starting next Wednesday, not tonight, starting next Wednesday. I'll be going live every single week. You can, I think it's going to be an introduction. Maybe I'm going to pick some sort of topic, do a spiel on the topic, impart some of my knowledge and my experience onto the world. And then we'll have questions and answers. You can ask me questions about my life, personal questions, my diet, my exercise, why I have the goals I have, whatever. And then go crazy. I'm going to work on some of the audio and stuff to try and rectify some of the problems that I had last time. I mean, you may see me pop online, do a couple little test runs, but I want to get this right. I want to build that community where you guys can ask questions, we can communicate, we can interact, and it should be a jolly old good time for all. And that'll start happening next Wednesday, 7 p.m. That's 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm in Utah. And so that would be 6 p.m. on the West Coast and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. So I don't think that's too late for anybody. And then for those of you in Scotland and France and otherwise, sorry, you're just gonna have to get up at like 3 in the morning because you're gonna wanna be there. So I look forward to having you. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. If I'm still hungry after this omelet, I'm probably gonna eat a little salami and cream cheese, or I may get out something that's, but it will be a little on the higher fat content because I want to get back into ketosis right away. And I'm not even checking my blood today. I'm not going to waste a ketone strip. We'll check my blood tomorrow and we'll see how things go. Tomorrow's ribeye night because tonight wasn't. So anyway, thanks for being here. If you made it this long, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, we're doing it every day, so feel free to follow along, and we'll do our best to stay on track and do this thing together. So anyway, have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Dude out.